Hi guys, I have got a page for you in my pocket page notebook today, which may well be the cutest page I've ever made in a pocket page notebook. At Easter, when Jack and Tracy came to visit me, yes, I forced him into this really cute little bunny suit and we took a million photos. My little buddy became my little bunny and he is just so adorable. Look at that tiny face. I can't wait to see him again, which is actually going to be next week, so I don't have to wait that long. Now I'm using my June Life Crafted kit from Citrus Twist, and I've made quite a few things with this month, so I don't have a lot left, so I'm going to try and utilize those few little scrappy bits that I do have lying around in my kit before I move on to the fabulous new July kit. So I started with this pink journaling card, and I literally have no issue using pink for layouts with Jack. It's cute, he's cute, I don't see an issue with it. So this layout is pretty full on pink, I will say, and I just think it looks adorable. The sentiment didn't really work, and as you can see, I've got a bunch of photos to work with for this spread. So I just stuck down my little square photo, that's Lily licking the bunny, just on top of the sentiment, so it just gives it a nice pink background. Obviously the background that we took the photos on was pink, so that led the color for the page, and I actually have used quite a lot of the pink papers and cards and stuff that were in this kit, so that's why I'm sort of trying to stick to the little scrappy bits that are left, because, you know, pink's my favorite, so it tends to go first, which means when I have a layout like this, I have to get a little bit creative. Now I've got a full page photo here for the back page, and I have I've got two 3x4 photos and one tiny little square photo. So I'm gonna alter my pocket in the middle here to fit two 3x4 photo slots on it. So the thing with doing that in a pocket page notebook like this is that I do need to make sure that I've finished working on all of those cards and photos before I go ahead and sort the pocket out. So that's what I'm doing now. The pink card and the full page photo there are going on the back, and all I did was really simply just add one stamp and a few of the really cute little enamel shapes to that. Hearts, of course, in pink, yellow and teal. And then on the front here I've got this gorgeous photo of me and Jack, and that face is just a total classic. So the nothing to see here stamp worked perfectly with that, and I just stamped that onto one of the labels, just keeping it a little bit simple. Now for the left hand side of the page, this is where I want to add a little bit more color, a little bit more pattern, so I'm using some of the scrappier pieces of 6x8 paper that I've got left in the kit. So I had that really pretty floral, which was like the first bit of paper that I chopped into for the kit, so I didn't have a lot left. I had created a bow with my silhouette with it, so it was sort of an awkwardly shaped scrap that was left over of that one. And then I had this tiny little shred of this pink star and this sort of peachy stripe left. So I'm using one of my border punches just to give those scraps a little bit more texture and purpose, I guess, just a little bit more decoration for tucking and layering them onto the left hand side there. And I really love that sort of, it's kind of bubbly, like it looks not really cloud-like, but sort of bubbly, which kind of suits this really fun, cutesy kind of page. So I'm just layering those up along the left-hand side. They're going to be a little bit of decoration. I have documented these photos elsewhere in Jack's actual album. This pocket page notebook is mine. So there's not going to be a great deal of journaling. In fact, when I say a great deal, what I mean is there's going to be none. There's no journaling on this page. I think these photos sort of speak for themselves quite nicely. So it's just going to be decorative, really. Now I've got the top, there's a top space on this left hand, the front pocket, sorry, and I just want to make kind of like a decorative kind of filler card. I'm just going to work straight onto the back of the card that I've already done, just to try and save a little bit of bulk, but also because I don't want to waste another card. So I'm doing exactly the same thing that I did on the left hand side, which is using up all of those scrappy little pieces of paper and just layering them up as much as I can. I don't have a lot left, as you can see there, so I am going to cut into another bit of paper. I hadn't intended to do that, but the teal, it works quite nicely because there is some teal in the floral pattern there, not a lot, but a little bit, so it pulls that in, and it also stops it being like too pink and girly, I guess. Adding that little bit of blue does give it a tiny bit more balance. So you can see me there using the punches. The piece, it's so small I can't even get it into the punch. I kind of just have to poke it in. And this piece here, the floral in the middle, it doesn't actually go all the way to the edge, so I will have to find some way to cover up the gap that's left there. But it's literally just about layering up any of these little scrappy pieces. And I'm just creating a couple of stripes, and then I'm going to add some, I'll end up adding some more labels. So the labels become quite a theme to this page. There's one down the bottom here, and I'll add some more onto this journaling card. And then there's the one on the back as well. So they're just from the cut apart sheet. There's always a cut apart sheet of labels with the Life Crafted kits, which I really love. They're super easy to trim out, as you can see there. Some of them have those kind of indented circle corners, and I never bother to cut this out. I just cut it on an angle, and some of them have quite a wide border, which means you can cut it as thin or as thick as you'd like. So I really do enjoy those cut apart sheets, and you'll see I use those all the time. There's this really cute stamp on here. This is I think it's called the This Is Life stamp set, and it says caught on camera, which is exactly what happened. So I want to stamp that as sort of the sentiment for this filler card. The label that I had used to cover up the hole, it didn't really fit on there, so I'm gonna stick on another label, and it is a teal color. It is slightly darker than any of the other teals on there, so I stamped the sentiment in pink just because I didn't want that to become too much of a focal point. I didn't want to stamp it in black or anything like that. I don't want it to stand out on the page, so stamping with the pink just helps to blend that in a little bit more. So that's my filler card done, and I'm just going to stick these photos back to back so they don't wiggle around in the pocket. Just make sure that they're all trimmed down nicely. And then I can use my fuse tool, which has been heating up here, and I've got this template that I made for myself. It's just a bit of cardboard where I measured out the size of my pocket and added some measurements on there so that it's not such a drama to try and measure out everything every time I want to do something with these pockets. Now for the edge of the pocket, I do want to make sure that that's fused really nicely, so I am fusing it on both sides of the pocket just to make sure that that doesn't ever pull apart. I don't want any of these cards or photos to fall out of here. So then you can slip your first one in, and you could totally just slip the second one in too. I am going to run a little fuse line across the center just because I don't want them to ever fall down and sort of cover up each other. So I'm just adding the little fuse line in the middle, and then I can add my second one on top. Now you can leave the pocket open. Because my card's quite bulky, I've got stuff on both sides, I sort of felt like it was poking out the top, and you can kind of see that there. It is poking out a little bit. So I'm just going to trim the tiniest amount off both the top and the bottom just to sort of make it even. I didn't want to chop too much off one side. And then slip it in, push it down, and then fuse it the pocket shut too. So this is the whole reason why you have to work on both sides in a pocket like this, because I'm fusing that shut, so there's no chance to open that up again. You'll either have to add something onto the front of the pocket, which there's no guarantee that it will stick onto the front of the pocket forever, or you'll have to cut it open, and I don't want to do that. So the back page is super simple. I'm not going to add anything to that. It's just that really beautiful photo of Jack in his little bunny suit. But I do want to add a little title. The alphas that are in the June kit are those really cute tiny little alphas. They're white cardstock with black writing. They were too little. I need something that's a bit more of a statement on this page. So I went and grabbed these alphas, and correct me if I'm wrong, are they from the Sunny Days collection? I think that's what they're from. They're like gold glitter, but not a super bright gold, which I really like. I think it goes nicely with the page. It's just not too in your face, but I love that kind of font to both the uppercase and lowercase, sort of the mix of those letters. It kind of looks childlike, which I really love. It adds a little bit of whimsy to the page. I had used that letter guide, but I sort of spread it out a little bit more anyway. I used the letter guide so that I could pull it back off if it wasn't going to fit, but it actually fit really nicely. I probably next time would pull the letters back from the spine a little bit. They are a bit bulky in the middle of the spine like that, but I just so love how this page came together. Those photos of Jack are one of my favorites ever, and I'm so glad that I got it into my notebook. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, consider checking out my Patreon because there are even more videos over there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.